Today we are making a combined Group G 11 in the World Cup. Let's get straight into it with the goalkeeper. Couple of different options here. Obviously Group G is Brazil, Cameroon, Serbia, Switzerland. I would say the strongest two options here are any of Brazil's keepers and Jan Sommer. Almost one of those players that just like pops up in the World Cup all the time. He's like a Pickford or a Choa as well from Mexico. He could easily get in there, but I think with the flair of our team, we need a Brazilian ball player, and obviously there's no better keeper for that than Edison. Centre backs. We're going to go, by the way, for a 3-5-2 formation, getting those two up top. Our first centre back comes from Brazil. It is Eder Militao. If I said that wrong, then just don't even anymore. Don't even. Such massive shoes to fill, the likes of Ramos and Pepe and those calibre of players, even at left back with Marcelo. And I think Eder's really stepping up into that role now and could probably step up into that role for Brazil with the likes of Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, those kind of players getting a bit older. But having said that, Thiago Silva is in the squad. Still to this day, I think he's 37 years old. Still absolutely smashing it. Obviously Chelsea trying to work out the best pairings or trios or whatever they're playing under Graham Potter. I think he gets the nod in there for that World Cup experience and just that grit in defence. Finally, our last centre-back is someone who recently signed for Manchester City. It is, of course, a Kanji. Underrated signing, can we just say, because out of all players coming to City in the transfer window, even out of all players coming from Dortmund in the transfer window, he was never going to be the most recognised. But he has done a really good job. At first, I thought he came in to sit on the bench, to be honest, but he has been incredible for Man City, integral and keeping a lot of clean sheets this season as well. So he definitely gets in there. Obviously very tall as well. And can we just say, that guy's mental maths. How does he do it?
752.
Let's move up into midfield now though, and we'll go for the three centre mids first. So it's kind of two more defensive roles just so those wingers can push up a bit more. You know, I'm really getting tactical about this, by the way.
Call me Didier Deschamps because I am winning this World Cup.
Fabinho gets in there as such a good defensive midfielder. Obviously, Brazil have got the likes of Casemiro, those kind of players who are really strong calibre of players, but I think he's not getting enough game time, obviously, at Man United at the minute. Fabinho is never present for Liverpool. Secondly, we're adding some aggression to the midfield with the Arsenal man, Granit Xhaka. Now, a lot of people would say he should not be anywhere near this, okay? And I think that's obviously fair enough. But for me, he's a really, really strong player. And obviously, you can't ignore the fact that Arsenal are currently top of the league. That's not all he's doing, okay? Of course it's not. I think he's played a really big role in leadership there. You've seen stuff like Martin Odegaard, the new captain of Arsenal, coming off the pitch and giving the captaincy to Granit Xhaka. He's really progressed as a player and as a person at that club. And is now really showing his skills as that leader in that team. He's one of the only older players in that side, so he could just have that grit in the match and just win the tackles. Finally, our first Serbian player in the squad, a former Southampton player, so it does pain me to say this, Dusan Tadic. He is, oh my days, he's such a good player, captain of Ajax. And obviously when you look at the goals he's scored, 2 goals and 7 assists in 10 games this season, and 13 goals and 19 assists last season, and he's been getting those consistent numbers constantly. He's an absolute machine of goals and assists and creation. He's really going to aid this attack in the squad. And that's all the midfield has done. Let's move on to the wings. Now, I've put Neymar on the left wing. He could be played anywhere in this new Brazil kind of setup. We've seen him play as a centre mid kind of role. We've seen him play up front more, because with the wingers that Brazil have, it's some stupid choice. In my opinion, he is the third greatest player in the world. He is phenomenal, and I hope for him that he gets a really good World Cup run. Over on the right hand side, this was the harder one because obviously Neymar was a bit of a given. Look at the option we have here: Gabriel Martinelli, Antony from Man United, Rodrigo from Real Madrid, Vinicius Jr. from Real Madrid, and Rafinha from Barcelona. It's so stupid the amount of choice you could have for this Brazil squad. Martinelli, right, we'll go through these. Martinelli had a great start to the season, okay? I would not doubt that he could be incredible for Brazil. Antony, again, a young player who's come to Man United and he's already smashing it. It's only one game he hasn't scored in so far. Rodrigo, again, match winner. I reckon he'll come off the bench to score some goals for Brazil. But it's these two it's between, Vinicius Jr. and Rafinha, the different sides of Spain. And I have made a choice on this. I am going to go for Rafinha. Now, the reason I'm going for him is I think he really has that Brazilian flair. I think Vinny Jr. is a very direct player. I don't want to compare him to Ronaldo, but you know what I mean, the same sort of playing style in that he will score you goals, he'll get you that end product. Obviously very skillful as well, but I think Rafinha is a bit more creative in terms of the movement he makes is impeccable, insane. So for me, he's got to get the nod in there, and I think he's worked so hard over the last few years to get there and had some tough times with Leeds as well. Now be at Barcelona and smashing it. I reckon he'll be in there. It could be Vinny Jr. I think he's more likely to play on the left-hand side though. So we're just going to have to see. And finally, our two strikers. Mitrovic has to be up front because you cannot ignore whatever team he plays for. He plays for Fulham. Whatever team he plays for though, it doesn't matter. The amount of goals he scores is absolutely stupid. 9 games in the Premier League, 7 goals for him. And he has had an injury in that time. Finally, Gabriel Jesus up front has been the best signing for Arsenal. It's been amazing. Fair play to him. Anyway, that's all. Double tap the screen now to go and watch this video about Gabriel Jesus and the rest of the Arsenal squad that I predicted before the season. I'll see you there.